Run for Home by Sheila Quigley. Read by Rachel Bavidge. 16 years ago. Jack was running, a huge beast of a man with an open, friendly face and wild, flowing black hair. His feet crushed everything they landed on. He felt no pain in his mad dash for life, even though he knew that he'd been shot. Blood flowed freely down his side, warm, wet and slippery. He grimaced, biting into his lip. He'd give those bastards a right run for their money, though. Poxy-faced twats, the whole fucking bunch of them. And when they finally caught him, "'Cause let's be under no illusions here, Jack, old son," he told himself as he pounded on. "Catch me the will. I'm a dead man. Aye, why, I'll spit right in the fucker's face." Pushing groping branches out of the way and dodging countless molehills, he seemed to gain a few yards. Not enough to stop, though. No way. He bit down even harder, drawing blood as he forged on. He was far from being an angel. He needed nobody and nobody's aunt to tell him that. For fuck's sake, Ma had been telling him that since forever. But he had his limits, and in his book there were things you did and things you didn't, and often women and kids was one of the latter. He heard them gaining, and stretched his long legs to the limit, but he had nothing left to give. His strength was going, oozing out of a hole in his body. He wondered vaguely where the little fucker of a bullet had lodged itself, and sighed. He could feel the blood pooling round his waistband now, and felt a crazy urge to stop and scratch. What would it be? His body in a shallow grave here in flaming Fatfield by the fucking River Wear? His head in the man's trophy cabinet? 'Cause make no bones about it, Jack, there's only one reason why the man sends the headhunter, and that's surely to talk some sense into your noggin. He'd well and truly blown it all right when he'd refused to off the kid. He'd looked the curly-haired little bastard in the face, and what had he gone and done? Put the fucking gun back in his bastard pocket, that's what. A statement on its own. He'd watched the change come over the man's face, and had known it would only be a matter of time. A duck, screeching and flapping out of the water, nearly stopped him in his tracks. "Fucking hell, bastard bird!" he screamed as his heart somersaulted right into his throat. Managing to stop himself from falling by grabbing hold of a thick, spiky branch, he went on, but each painful step was slower than the last. 10 years he'd known the man, and counted him a friend. He should have known better. The likes of the man had no friends. For fuck's sake, it's not as if he hadn't seen the bastard off people for disagreeing with him before. But in all those years, he'd never seen him become so obsessed with one woman. Not content with wasting the woman's husband, the mad fucker had wanted to waste the kid and all. An A1 fucking psycho if ever there was one. If Jack had possessed the strength to shake his head at the sheer stupidity of his coming death, he'd have shaken it that hard the bastard would have fallen off. He was flagging now, he knew it. His feet were beginning to weigh a fucking ton, and he could hear them getting closer, could practically smell the sweaty bastards. He'd got out of Horton-le-Spring 10 minutes after they'd dropped him off, all smiles and "see you laters." The fucking two-faced twats. If he hadn't took the time to kiss his ma and grab a few clothes, he might have made it. The black-hearted bastard must have made his mind up to set the chase off as he was saying goodnight to her, telling her he'd be home later. All of 2 miles he'd managed. 2 friggin' miles. Fucking Fatfield, of all the fucking places to die. He'd spotted them following him just as the traffic lights over the bridge had turned red. He'd kept on going, but so had they. He'd taken the corner beside the Biddick pub fast, nigh on a 2-wheel job. And if the fucking ugliest cat in creation hadn't decided to cross the fucking road, he might have made it. Swerving to miss it had cost him dearly. They'd caught up and tried to ram his car into the river. If he ever got out of this... Don't hold your breath, son. He stopped for a moment. Only a short time. Catch a breath. "Ow, you bastard!" he yelled as a second bullet entered the top of his leg and exploded out the other side. Looking down, he saw the mess of blood, flesh and bone, and at once felt sick, vomit sick, the kind of feeling that just drains the shit right...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?